Hi everybody, I'm going to do an update video for you because I haven't done any videos for a very long time for various reasons. So I wanted to do a little kind of a chat video talking about like things that are changing, things that I'm changing. I think like a lot of people this year probably we've had a bit more time to think about what we're doing and why we're doing it. And maybe we're making a few changes, which is really exciting. I'm seeing lots of people changing their names and like their directions on YouTube, which is really fun. So and it, for me, the reason I want to kind of change a few things up is because what I've been doing so far is not particularly, I haven't been able to focus enough as much as I wanted to, and I haven't been able to go as far as I wanted to. I've been trying to putting my sort of energies into lots of different things, and I want to kind of close a few options and focus on one path for a while. So I'm going to explain that in this video. So if you're interested, do listen. So first of all, I changed my name on here and on Instagram. I made the name Emily Pencil a while ago because I wanted to have a brand that was kind of half me, obviously Emily's my name, but also kind of focused towards stationery or possibly art. So I chose Emily Pencil because I thought that kind of tied the two in nicely. But I never felt quite comfortable with it, like saying the name Emily Pencil. It sounded quite cutesy, which I'm fine with cute stuff, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I need to be more simple and more like just me. And I've always wanted to just be myself more on social media. I mean, I'm not myself, but so for example, on Instagram, when you have an account that's Emily Pencil and you're posting lots of stationery, yeah, I feel like I'm then sort of committed to just doing stationery and anything to do with pencils, and even like maybe I should do all my artwork in pencil because I've said I'm Emily. It's feeling like I've made a market and I'm marketing myself as something, and therefore I have to stick to that market, and I don't like that constraint on me, basically. Because yes, I like drawing, but I also like sewing, and I also like just making stuff, and I do love everything paper-based, partly because you can draw on paper and you can make things out of paper, and I live in a paper production town, but also because paper is also a bit more environmentally friendly than other crafts, if it's obviously recyclable. So I'm going to obviously do lots of paper stuff, but I might want to go into mixed media, or I might want to start doing more textiles type things. And I was feeling like I haven't posted on Instagram for a long time because I felt like, oh, Emily Pencil, now I should do drawings. Oh, I haven't shared my Hobonichi spreads for ages, or maybe I should do. I just want to not be thinking about trying to force myself down a route of something that's marketable, because I think that's really, really damaging for creativity, really damaging for like personal growth, is to try and think I'm going to do only one thing. Obviously, if you only do one thing and you only want to do one thing, it works. But I'm just way more complicated and all over the place, I'm afraid. So I thought, oh, there's no point making a new brand or making a new name. I'm just going to just use my name. To make it less confusing, if you come across my posts and you're like, who's this? Who's Emily Carrier? If you don't know my name, I obviously get the same style logo, so that you'd be like, oh, wasn't that Emily Pencil? And then, so hopefully it will become, you won't be like, who the hell is this? So I've simplified things in that way. I've changed my name just to my name. I've done it on Instagram, and I've done it on here. Okay, the second thing is, what I want to talk about is where I'm going to go with, where I'm going to go with YouTube in a way, and where I'm going to go with what I actually do. I want to do less, and this is probably going to mean people aren't going to want to follow me as much, which is fine. That's totally fine. But I'm not gonna do hauls, stationery hauls, and I'm not gonna do stationery tours, and I'm not gonna do plan with me's, I don't think. I mean, I will for certain things. I'll probably still do planning for Christmas. And there's a few things that are stationery based that I want to share. Like, for example, I have a system where like a money saving system, kind of like an envelope system that I sort of do, and I do it every year. And every year I think I should share this because it might be useful. So I might do things like that, but I'm not going to be doing anything that feels too, for me, consumerist in terms of I don't want to be spending tons of money on stationery anymore. I really don't want to, and I don't want to be kind of encouraging other people to. I'm not casting aspersion on anybody else who does hauls. I'm not saying anybody else who does these videos shouldn't be doing them or is not doing them for good reasons, because I love a good haul video, I do, and I love watching them, and we all buy stuff and we all enjoy buying stuff and using stuff, and that's fine. But for me, I feel like I have to choose where I'm going to spend my energy, and I don't want to spend my energy on something which for me personally is probably not such a healthy habit. There's really good things that come out of buying stationeries and planners. Yeah, you can get pleasure and fun from it, and there's beautifully designed products, and it's a wonderful community. I love the stationery community, and I love being a part of it in my little corner. So I'm not never going to buy stationery or talk about it. I'm going to be using it, but I don't. From now on, I'm not gonna become a stationery channel, and I'm not gonna become a plan with me channel, or like, that's not going to be where I'm going. So if you're only here for that, you feel free to not follow. That's absolutely fine. So I'm just looking at my notes here in stationery. Obviously, I'm still using it. So less hauls and less planning videos. And the reason for this is because I'm trying to think about what I want to. Okay, so if I'm thinking about what I want to share with people on videos, and why I do YouTube and why I do these videos, and I think it's because obviously I want to be part of a community, and it's nice to talk to people and have people respond, and we can all watch each other's videos, which is wonderful. But also I want to kind of move more towards helping people, encouraging people with being creative, encouraging people to do things and not care about it, whether it's good or not. Like, you see so many people doing plan with me videos and doing it beautifully, and then other people commenting underneath saying, oh, you're so good, I wish I could do it like that, I can't get it right. And we know this happens, and we know we look at each other's stuff and think, oh, that's really nice, I wish I could do that. And I kind of want to move away from that and try and, ideally, if I do any artwork or creative stuff on YouTube, I want it to be from a place of trying to allow people to do their own thing in a way, and not be like, this is how I do it, and I do this, and I do like that, and I draw like that. I mean, I will obviously share my drawings and stuff, but ideally in the end, I want to be at a point where we're all doing it. Like, people are watching my videos and they're not going, oh, I could never, I'm not saying I'm amazing at art, but if people watch a video of me making stickers and they go, and they think, I wish I could make stickers like that, I'd rather be doing videos to show people how to make stickers. Does that make sense? Like, I want to sort of encourage people and help people with videos and with other things. Yeah, so I guess that was me explaining my change of tone. Hopefully that's where I want to be going to. Okay, the next thing to talk about is I've got a couple of Etsy shops, and I've run these Etsy shops for a couple of years, 2-3 years now, and I'm closing one of them. First one I'm probably going to close both, I think, I'm not sure, but I am going to close my Japanese paper shop, which is called the Paper Geisha, and you'll have seen it at the end of my videos, and I'll put a link down below. I'm going to be closing it on the 20th of December this year, 2020, which will give me, if there's any orders on the 20th, I've still got the week before Christmas holidays to post them. And the reason for this is I do love Japanese paper products, washi paper, all the vintage stuff and the retro items that I was selling. And I really wanted to be able to make them more accessible to people abroad. The reason I set the shop up was because you can get hold of vintage retro paper items here that I'd never seen before I moved to Japan. And I wouldn't say they're plentiful, but you can get hold of, like, I was getting hold of like bulk vintage stickers that look like they haven't been taken out of the packaging, and they were still in the original shop display, you know, from not long ago. I mean, we're talking like maybe 20 years ago. But all these kind of things that you can't really see anywhere outside of Japan. And I really wanted to kind of make them available for people to use abroad. And I didn't make that much money from the shop. Like, and probably if I'd have spent like 100% of my working time on the shop, maybe I could have, you know, made it work with like marketing and all that kind of thing. But I feel like I was trying to do too many other things at the same time as well. And I think I have to accept that unless I'm going to give full commitment to it, I need to close that shop. I'm in profit, obviously, so not to worry. I haven't damaged myself financially, but it's not enough to warrant keeping it going and using my time, basically. So that is going to close on the 20th of December. And there are some coupon codes to try and clear the stock, which I will put down below. So you're welcome to use those if you want to help clear the stock, because otherwise I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Obviously some of it I can use, but I can't use it all. So I'll put those down below if you're interested in that. Okay, and the next thing, I have a shop on Etsy under the Emily Pencil name, and I was selling some digital items. And the reason I started that shop was because on when I do videos on YouTube, if I'm making something, sometimes people say, oh, where can I buy the stickers, or where can I get that drawing, can I get that collage sheet or whatever. So I set up the shop on Etsy so that people could go there from my videos and buy. I mean, at the moment it's all digital because of the pandemic, but they could go and buy digital items. And some of you have been really, really kind enough to buy some of my digital items, collage sheets, date sheets and things like that, which has been really good. But again, I haven't, and I'm not saying like the shop failed because they're terrible products or nobody's supporting me enough or there's not enough customers. I think it's the same thing as the paper geisha, because I wasn't 100% focusing on it and like giving all my energy into it. I'm not doing all the marketing, because Etsy is a huge marketplace. There's so many sellers on there selling things. If you type in digital collage sheet, you'll get thousands and thousands and thousands of results, and it's very easy to get lost in there. You can't rely on just Etsy to kind of sell your products for you. You have to go externally and you have to do marketing and you have to be on Instagram actively, like every day, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not that good at doing that because I always feel like I'm bothering people. Like if I go on Instagram every day and I post and I say, oh, this is in the shop and why don't you try this? And I made this. I personally feel a bit like, oh, I'm sure nobody wants to know. I'm sure I'm being irritating. So I haven't perhaps done the right things to make the shop successful. However, I'm not going to close it just for now, because I know some like friends of mine and some people I know might still want to get a few things off there. And since they're all digital items, it's very low maintenance once you get the items on there. But I'm not sure about the long-term future of it, because there's something about Etsy when you're listing something and all the product photos you need to do and all of the like descriptions, and it actually takes a lot of time even to put a non-physical item on there, which, you know, if I'm doing that full time and that's my 100% focus, say if I'm going to be a digital collage sheet producer, then obviously I can do that. But unless I focus all my time on it, again, it's not really working out, I think. But I haven't decided what I'm going to do about that yet. Okay, so time for some news about what I am going to do. So rather than me just banging on about I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, what am I going to do? The plan, and I'm really nervous about this. Okay, I'm going to do Patreon. And I feel a bit silly saying I'm going to do Patreon, because I know that people that are successful on Patreon and make it work and earn money from it are people that have like thousands of subscribers on YouTube and they have like quite a big following anyway. So then once they start on Patreon, it works and it's successful. I'm going to do Patreon in a kind of I'm just going to jump in the deep end kind of way, because I think that's the only way I'm going to do it. If I keep waiting and being like, oh, I've got to wait till it's perfect and wait till I've got enough people I know will sponsor me and wait till I know exactly what I'm doing, I'm just never going to do it. Having said that, I'm obviously not going to open Patreon with nothing to offer. So don't worry, if you do decide to join me on there, you will get something. But in the past, I suppose the reason why I didn't do it was because of the commitment. I felt like if I say I'm going to do Patreon, I'm going to produce X amount of digital sheets, or I'm going to post people these stickers every month, I felt like I couldn't do it because I felt like I was also trying to keep up Emily Pencil, also trying to keep up the Paper Geisha, also trying to keep up, a bunch of other creative projects. But now I'm going to get rid of quite a few sort of commitments on my time. I'm going to be able to focus more on it. So I think this is all going to work out. I hope. And also another reason is I find it hard to charge for things that I make, and that is a huge issue for me in terms of when I do a drawing and I'm going to sell it, I'm going to make a postcard. The moment where I have to decide how much to charge for it I hate it. I can't deal with it, because how on earth do you put value on something that you've done? I'm happy to do the production costs and how much money it costs to print and post, but when it comes to like valuing your own art, I just want to give it away, and this is the problem I have. I'm quite happy to give people stuff of mine. Like, I'm happy to do a drawing and just hand it to people and be like, there you go, you can have it. Like, I actually feel happier giving away things that I've made for free to people, and I would just rather do that. But I can't do that because I have to survive financially and I need an income, and in the future I need to have a proper income. I mean, I need a proper income now. Anyway, that's just my own issue I need to sort out. I'm not going to bang on about that. But basically, I'm going to do Patreon, and I'm hoping to start it in January. I haven't quite worked out what the tiers are going to be. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it's like a subscription-based website. You pledge to pay a certain amount of money every month, and you obviously get something back for that, whether it's like being able to see videos or blog posts or downloading files. So I feel like I can more easily share my digital files through Patreon than on Etsy, because I feel like if somebody's already following me on Patreon, if somebody's a patron, they already like my work. So it's not like I have to try and stand out to people who might like it. They're there because they like it. So therefore, do you know what I mean? Like on Etsy, you have to do like 10 maximum photos showing your product, showing the angles, explaining what it is. And I feel like on Patreon, my patrons already know what it is. So all I need to do is upload the file and then people can download it. And that is going to make the whole sort of process a lot smoother. So yeah, I'm going to try and offer like digital sheets and number sheets and things like that. I'm going to hopefully do studio vlogs on Patreon, possibly podcasts if I can find something interesting to talk about, probably like a few freebies just because I like giving stuff away, which is ridiculous, but I do. Just sharing stuff. I just like to share stuff. Digital sheets, blog posts probably if I have something I just want to explain, possibly for physical items. So the idea would be that the top tier, the people that are paying the most, would get perhaps physical items in the post. Haven't worked out what yet, but if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. And then also I'd like to kind of possibly at some point do sort of like tutorials, like explaining how I do stuff, or just kind of if I've learned something, sharing it, or I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I will obviously let people know. So yeah, that's the update. Next year, probably Etsy shop definitely closed, the Paper Geisha, Emily Pencil possibly closing as well, and I'm probably going to move to Patreon. But I'm not going to stop YouTube. So my idea is YouTube is going to remain probably the same kind of level it is now in terms of the amount of videos I do. And probably the type of videos. The only thing I'm probably going to move over to Patreon, which means you would have to pay to see them, is the studio vlogs. And the reason for that is because the studio vlogs are going to relate to the products that I'm going to be selling on Patreon. So the studio vlogs will follow me doing what I'm doing while I'm creating the things that I then offer to patrons. So it makes more sense to have those over all in one place, and patrons can then talk to me about what I'm doing and what, you know, oh, I'd love to have that as a sticker, or that would be really good as a collage sheet. So it's all connected all together. So studio vlogs will be moving over to Patreon, but YouTube, I'm going to carry on doing like my sort of personal non-work projects. So for example, I always do like a Christmas planner thing. I always do, well, so far, I'm hoping to do it this year, a Christmas junk journal. And what was the other thing? Yes, and then I've got a new project for next year for YouTube, which is going to be sort of like a read-along of The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And the reason I wanted to do this is because this year, I started in January, and I read a chapter every month, and I did the exercises, and I wrote notes, and I kind of explored the chapter more in depth throughout for like a whole month. And I was thinking it'd be really nice if I did that on YouTube, so that other people who are reading the book could perhaps do it with me. We can like talk about which bits we liked in the chapter and how we're doing with the morning pages. So that's going to be on YouTube, so that's free content, obviously. And then any other random stuff, like, as I said, going through my my sort of cash envelope saving system, or, you know, and stationery, yes, perhaps I will occasionally mention stuff, but not, like I said, not like hauls and plan with me. Yeah. I feel like I've just contradicted myself saying I'm going to do stationery videos. I'm probably not going to do stationery videos. I'm probably going to do how I do things in a helpful way, and it might involve stationery, but yeah, not like stationery orientated videos, because personally I need a break from being tempted all the time. I need a break from thinking about it, because I feel like when I sat down and started thinking about why I use planners and why I buy stationery, perfectly honestly, I think that part of the reason is trying to get a sense of control over my life, planning things, and like imagining what I'm going to do on each day, and like this planner is going to help me like solve all my problems in my life. And buying stationery probably was a way for me to cheer myself up when I was not happy or lonely or like angry. Sometimes obviously it's like a positive thing, but a lot of the time it's just trying to cheer myself up, and I need to kind of re-examine that, because buying stuff as a short-term fix when you're feeling a bit low is not great for your finances. Short-term it feels nice, but you know, what I'm going to do whenever I get tempted to go out and buy like 400 washi tapes, like these ones here, I'm just going to be like, I've got to find a different way of dealing with whatever's going on, basically, in my life at that point. So what was I talking about? Yeah, so I'm probably not going to do many stationery videos, I'm afraid. Obviously, if I'm using stationery, I'll tell you where it's from if you're interested, but mostly personal projects, personal art projects, personal creative projects, and then perhaps moving towards a way to kind of help people more, tutorials or all that kind of thing. So, I've talked for 400 hours. Okay. I think that's everything. I've done all my notes. I think I've read everything. So, coming up, next video I'm going to do on my list. I sound really businesslike, don't I? Next video on my list to sort out is I am going to do a Christmas update video, a Christmas planning, Christmas journal. So that's the next video I'm going to do. I'm going to get my Christmas on next week, because I've been putting it off, trying to sort out a million other things. And I love Christmas, and it is nearly the end of November, so I need to get cracking, basically. So I'm going to do a Christmas video next, and then following that I will be doing, hopefully, Christmas junk journal videos. And then I'm also going to do a video explaining The Artist's Way read along for next year. And then I'll probably also do a Patreon video once I've got everything sorted, got my tiers sorted, got my accounts set up and how I need it. I'm going to be doing a Patreon video to explain how that's going to work. So I have a big list of videos to do and I'm going to do them. I'm not going to maybe do them, I'm going to do them. I've said it now, so I have to. So I hope everybody's well. I hope this wasn't incredibly dull, just sitting and listening to me talk, but I felt like I haven't put anything on here for ages, and perhaps it's time that I explained what's going on, basically. So yes, that's the plans for now and through to next year. I hope everybody's well, and I hope you're keeping healthy and happy, and comment below to say hello, because that would be nice. Okay, thank you. Bye.